Hello and welcome to this week's social media show. I'm Jonathan of Intranet Future, and this is the show where we catch up on all the latest social media news. Lots of new features for you this week. I hope you had an amazing weekend. And today is hashtag Devon Day, the day that they celebrate Devon, particularly on Twitter. And as it's the county of my birth, I might well be joining in a little bit with that. I hope those of you that made a few comments about my shirt in last week's broadcast appreciate this week's attire, but do let me know what you think in the comments below. So let's kick off with this week's headline, and this week's headline is Facebook is no longer in the top 3 most popular websites in the US. So kind of like interesting on the face of it, with Reddit taking the number 3 position, but of course let's not forget that most people are accessing Facebook via the mobile app these days, so I'm not sure how significant that stat actually is. Moving on to tip of the week. So this week's tip of the week is turn any testimonials or reviews, that kind of thing, that you have into images. So quite often you might have a text testimonial come in via email, or indeed you might have some published on your website, but you've got some ready-made social media posts there. So use something like Canva, which I've spoken about quite a lot before at canva.com. It's a nice imaging tool, or WordSwag app if you prefer apps, and create a nice background image with some brand colors perhaps, or an appropriate photo of your business or related to your business, and put a client testimonial on there. Clients that I've tried this with, it has worked very well for them indeed. Moving on to question time. So question time, this is when I ask you guys a question, and you let me know in the comments below your answers. And this week's question time is, who would you most like to be followed on Twitter by? Who would you most like to be followed on Twitter by? What Twitter follower do you hanker after? Trish, welcome to the show. Great to have you on board, and thanks for your endorsement of Canva and WordSwag. Indeed, they are both very useful apps. If anybody else is watching, do please say hi. I can see that there are indeed a few viewers there, so do let me know that you're there. And of course, if you do have any questions, let me know. And if you want to tell me who you most like to be followed by on Twitter, I would love to know the answer to that as well. Talking of tools, this week's tool, I think I mentioned this one before. It's called Tags, and it's leetags.com. Great for obtaining hashtags for Instagram. So you can basically just put in a relevant hashtag and get a whole bunch of other hashtags that are appropriate to it. There's lots of other apps that do this, and I've tried quite a few, but I do prefer Tags to them all. Named after Bruce Lee. I think the app developer was a Bruce Lee fan. So do look that up at leetags.com and download the app. Give it a try. Let us know what you think. Hello, Rachel. Great to have you watching the show this morning. And let's see what else we have for you. Yes, of course, we have case study of the week. So this week's case study, so this concerns a young lady on Instagram, and her account is Amy B Fit. So that's AMIEBI Fit, and then there's an underscore at the end of it. I'll put the link in the blog post later on. So basically, she was just kicking off her Instagram account when I had a consulting session with her 2 years ago, and she's now getting the most amazing engagement, mainly around using stories, getting around about 700 to 800 viewers on her stories, typically getting 50 comments on each post, and hundreds and hundreds of likes, and I think she's up to around about 5,000 followers now as well. So brilliant case study, one of my own clients there. If you really want to know how to make maximum use of Instagram to promote your business, she's a fitness instructor, by the way, then do check that out. So the link will be on the blog post later on, but it's Amy B Fit on Instagram. What else have we got for you today? So we have got number of the week. So this week's number of the week is, an amazing 1.3 billion fake Facebook accounts were removed in the last 6 months. That's a huge number, isn't it? Most of those were removed automatically by artificial intelligence. But do beware if you're using a Facebook account to manage your business page. Do not do that. You've got to have a real person managing your business account, because you're exposing yourself to a massive degree of risk there. If Facebook decide to remove that fake profile, then you'll be in big, big trouble, because you won't be able to manage your Facebook page. So do watch out for that one. I think that's it on all the regular features. So let's move on to. Oh, thanks for putting in that link. And good morning, Andy. Great to have you on the show. Let's move on to Facebook news. So I'm just going to rattle through this week's news. So trending news, which is on the right-hand side of the desktop, that's going. Facebook are removing that, but they are going to be replacing it with something. They're looking at other news options, but we don't know what those are yet. Facebook is testing a way of, to use their words, a way for fans to become a supporter of the creators they love. So the idea here is that you can pay some money to somebody that, say, creates videos on Facebook, and then become a supporter, and you get a badge and that sort of thing. So good for Facebook creators and good for fans who want to show their appreciation. Good day, Jonathan. Welcome to the show. More Facebook news. Facebook appears to be testing the option to allow people to more around events. Lots more happening on events. You can set up events with free or paid ticketing. You could always do that before, but they've just sort of smartened up the options there, and also added in the ability to pay for tickets via Messenger, and a few other bits and pieces. Yes, ticket pricing range, that's another additional one there. So if you're in the business of setting up events, do look out for that one. Spotted on Facebook's mobile app on my Android phone, but not on iPad, that Facebook is now prompting me to share certain photos from Instagram directly to Facebook. So it looks like they're testing that one. Mentioned the Pages Manager, managing a page earlier, and of course you can do that using a Pages Manager app, and that's undergone a revamp in iOS. So if you have an Apple device, do check that out. And Facebook have launched a new tool to convert articles, blog posts that you might have written, to instant articles. So quite a lot of mystery surrounds instant articles, quite difficult to understand and create in the past, quite a techie thing to do. They're basically sort of like hosted content on Facebook, but now they've got a new tool, haven't tried it out yet, but a new tool that easily enables conversion from a blog post into a Facebook instant article. So that's worth checking out. If anyone else has, looks like a few other people have just joined in, so welcome to the show, folks. If you have any questions on social media, do let us know in the comments. And my question to you this week is, who would you most like to be followed by on Twitter? Which Twitter follower do you covet the most? Facebook is testing local alert and breaking news buttons for pages. So new options there for pages. Which can be added to posts, and a get together feature is coming to groups. I think this one is definitely coming in, and basically it's going to be great for business networking, people to arrange meetings if you are in the same group. So particularly good for business networking groups. You can set like reason you want to meet, time and location and stuff like that. Moving on to Facebook Workplace, which is Facebook's intranet. They've just improved their pricing, simplified it. So basically either free or $3 a month for each user. Instagram news. Interestingly, Facebook have shut down a number of what were called pods. So these are kind of like influencer circles, would be another word, where people basically get together and share and engage with each other's content. Now, I've always thought that if done genuinely, this wasn't a bad thing, but Facebook seem to think it is a bad thing. I guess it could be considered to be gaming the system if it was done on a large scale and not in a meaningful way. So a lot of these pods have been shut down. Also, yeah, I've seen it for a while on mine, well, from time to time, but there's a new share to Facebook button coming to Instagram for stories, so making it easy to push your Instagram stories through to Facebook. As Mark Zuckerberg has said, media doesn't seem to have picked up on this too much, but stories will one day replace the news feed. And I think, he's not right on everything, but I think he's probably going to be right on that one. So stories are going to be a big thing. So not yet involved in stories, do get involved with stories. Moving on to LinkedIn news. Spotted over the weekend that there's a new premium content area for LinkedIn on the mobile app. And we do a bit of Twitter news this week. The June marketing calendar is out. So Twitter's calendar is quite handy. They point out events that you can tweet about and link into. It's kind of a bit American orientated, but still useful. Link to that on the blog at internetfuture.com/blog will be available later. Also, Twitter is on the mobile version, Twitter Lite and Twitter for Windows. A whole bunch of new features coming in that are standard elsewhere, such as night mode, real-time updates on replies, likes, and retweets, and a new tweet compose window is coming in. And Twitter is using negative behavior to demote users' content. So this is an interesting one, but hopefully it will be done in the right way. And kind of a bit disturbing in a sense, or concerning, that one of their criteria is, some of the criteria are obvious, like people have been blocked by if people have been blocked by people they interact with several times, if many accounts have been created using the same IP address and that sort of thing, kind of like obvious, or if an account is closely related to accounts that have violated Twitter's terms of service. But also another one was for accounts that have tweeted a lot of other accounts they don't follow. Now, I've always thought that's kind of like the point of Twitter, to get in touch with people that you don't know and meet new people, and contacts higher profile people that you might not be able to contact elsewhere. So a bit worrying that they're kind of like using that as a criteria to seek out negative behavior on Twitter. Moving on to Pinterest, some good results from Pinterest. So their revenues are up 58%. So they've beat some targets on that, and they're now boasting 250 million users, so 50 million increase since the last count. And John Lewis in the UK are testing new widescreen video ads from Pinterest. So I think this is where Pinterest increase in revenue is coming from, video ads. And so there's a new option there, widescreen ads, that's being tested by John Lewis. Moving on to WhatsApp news. A new click to chat feature is coming in. This enables you to quickly chat to people that aren't in your contact list. So at the moment, you've got to kind of like add somebody as a contact on your phone before you can message them and chat with them. But now they're testing a feature that enables you not to have to do that, which will be handy. So that's a quick wrap up of the week's news. If you would like access to social networking news every day, and specifically new social network features that are relevant for your business, along with my insights on how this might impact you, then do sign up for Social Media Daily. So this is something I've been running for just over a month now, started on the 1st of May. It is just a snip at £4 a month, and you can sign up on internetfuture.com. There is an article on the homepage all about that, and it's an easy sign up form. So do give that a try if you would like these regular updates via WhatsApp on new social networking features. And finally, so this could have been sort of like headline of the week, actually. This one made me smile. Irish Times headline: unblock your toilet with Facebook's new feature. So this couldn't help grab my attention, and I'm sure a lot of other people's attention as well. So this is all about service professionals being added to Marketplace in the US. So plumbers, electricians, that sort of thing. But definitely one to keep an eye on. I think I mentioned this on last week's show, but other service professionals and indeed professional services people could be given the opportunity to access Marketplace and advertise their services there in due course. So do keep an eye out for that. If anyone has any more questions before I go, do let me know. And even after I've gone, do let me know. Please do put those in the comments. If you found the show useful, please do share to your friends on your profile if you think that they would find it useful too, or your business contacts and connections via your Facebook page. That would be very, very much appreciated. So that's it for now. If you want to keep in touch during the week, check out those daily updates on the Social Media Daily. I'll write up the show on the blog later on, so all the links will be there. But that's it for this week. Back at 9 o'clock next week, and see you again soon on social media. Thank you very much for watching.